Jarvan.
No, I think it's going to be a jungle Jarvan in order to stop Olaf later on. Because the only way to stop Olaf is to hold him in position, and the only one that can do it right now is Jarvan with his ultimate.
Because normally Olaf don't like to take flash. They would like it more to take go so they can rush into the back line. So with the more extra movement speed, they can just go straight into the back line and do so much damage.
Yup, they're just gonna straight away dive for the kill, which is definitely something they want more often than not. Because if you take flash, you might put the flash in front of the AD carry and land a Reckless Link. But if you miss your undertow, you're like, oh crap, how am I gonna touch him? You're gonna be kited all day long by the AD carry, especially if it's one with an escapability move. It's gonna be hard for Olaf to catch up. So here, the AD carry might be Misfortune, one of the very strong picks right now. And normally Misfortune, you get Bloodthirster, Black Cleaver, and Last Whispers. No one cares so much about Critical anymore.
Well, if they do pick up Misfortune, they need something which is like a AoE CC so that the bullet time will hit on everybody. And with Amumu being banned, I can sense that maybe Magic Cardboard will go for something like an Orianna, so that with the command Shockwave, he can just keep everybody in place.
Okay.
And Misfortune can just use bullet time on everybody.
It'll be interesting to see, because when the team fight occurs, Olaf is going to charge the backline, everyone will be scattered, maybe and MF will be safe to use bullet time. Might not maximize the overall damage output, but definitely get the percentage armor reduction there for the team. So here we see Xin Zhao.
Xin Zhao, something that most of everyone underestimates, that Xin Zhao's passive challenge, they actually give 15% armor reduction.
Yep.
So with the armor reduction coming in, you can say that, just say Misfortune buys a Black Cleaver like everyone right now. The amount of armor reduction that they bring is so huge. Just say Xin Zhao pushes in onto Caitlyn or Vayne for a fact, and Misfortune uses his bullet time and he gets 4 stacks of Black Cleaver. The amount of armor that Vayne has is close to none, and she could just drop instantly.
Yep. So it's gonna be a Nunu Vayne combo again for the side of, I mean not again for them. The first time I see them use it. Wait, no, they did use it, right? No, let's see. They used Ezreal the previous game.
Ezreal.
But I mean, it's going to see this combination again. So far, not that many Nunu and Vayne combos have been successful, to my knowledge, in the matchups. So it'll be interesting to see whether they can pull it off. So it's going to be a Taric right there. It's going to help out in the lane. After the stun, bullet time can come out as well.
I'm still thinking that Magic Cardboard would go for someone like Orianna. I'm keeping to my picks. I'm saying Orianna right there.
Well, if Kazi's banned, Kill banned, maybe Twisted Fate is still possible as well, actually.
The one thing that the team is lacking is like hard CC right now. They have the Taric stun, but that's about it.
That's it, because they have Olaf to dive in.
They need someone more to lock everyone in place. The thing about Team Team Santa is that they're going something like as a poke comp. Just say if Jace gets his Shock Blast onto 2 or 3 times and onto that member, that is the key for them to go, hey, that guy is low, let's dive on him, and we will instantly burst him, and it's a 4v5. And nope, I'm getting proven wrong, it will be Lux.
I would actually hope to see Lux or Malphite, because Lux was so well played by Magic Cardboard the last match. There's no reason to take it away. His light binding and lasers have been so well placed that he has been scoring a lot of kills. So this is going to be interesting to see what will be picked up. And actually going to be Fiddlesticks right there.
I think that's just a troll pick there. But the one Fiddlesticks against Lux, I don't think that works really well, because Lux, okay, this guy is really just trolling right now. Although I would love to see Heimerdinger, I don't think it's viable right now.
It depends. It depends. Sometimes.
AP Shaco? No.
AP Shaco in the mid lane, right?
I guess something that they can counter is Rise. Yes, Rise. You can lock him in place, and Lux can't do really much. And being Rise, you normally build tanky, and you don't really mind the AP damage that Lux is coming from.
Well, it'll be interesting to see though, because in terms of overall range, once again, Rise is losing out quite a bit. So he needs to be careful on that. Rise is more effective against shorter range or those champions that would dive in onto him, so it is going to be Rise locked in right there.
I think there could be a possibility of a lane swap right here. I don't know why, but I got a feeling, because if you get hit Nunu and Vayne with MF and Taric, Nunu and Vayne will lose that lane straight up because Taric's stun has a 550 range, which is the same attack range as Vayne. So every time he gets the stun,
Mhm.
Misfortune can just use her double up and do some extra damage on it.
Yup, and Ambeth is more of a AD caster, even though she does have the attack speed steroid, but she'll be casting spells mainly in the lane to dish out overall damage, and it's actually very high. So just as you mentioned, we might be able to see something interesting happen, might be a lane swap. If not, we're just going to see how well Nunu and Vayne deal with this combination.
And we see that Rise has teleport while Lux doesn't. Lux going for that Q potential with that ignite, and oh nope, he changed to teleport in the last second.
Well, I would have hoped to see Ignite maybe because Uh, Ignite is very useful against Rai, so to speak, because if it's open his ultimate, you don't have Ignite up, it's going to be very hard for you to kill him down, especially with his spell ban being so high, even in the early games.
So you see both mid laners getting teleport, so that if one teleports to top lane, the other one can follow up really quickly.
Hmm.
So it all depends on who initiates the fight first, who is the first one that uses the teleport to go and roam around.
Hmm.
Interesting
But
to see who. We're just to see if any of the two teams will go for a level one now.
yep, not only that, I'm gonna take like Rise runes to see whether he goes up against a more. I mean, will he use a more tanky rune set? And here, taking very standard magic pen, mobility, magic resist, and health per level. And here on the side, guess it's going to be 9021. Not going to go for tankiness, but instead more utility. Taking the additional spell vamp and lifesteal and the movement speed, cooldown reduction. But wow, going for everything in the lower area for mm,
For the
weird.
utility tree, he
Yeah.
wants that mobility. He wants to walk fast back into lane when he teleports away.
Mm,
He needs that cooldown reduction to cast more spells, I guess.
mm, well, preferably some people actually take greed instead, but
I guess
well,
he thinks he will have no problems farming
I mean,
against.
it's not in terms of just farming, but just additional gold gain you can get advantage. Or maybe going instead for 3% extra lifesteal and spell ramp, he might be building into a spirit with Sage. So, well, just some things on my point on, or rather use the 3 points of Wanderer on strength of spirit because he is going to have a lot of mana. So that does help out quite a bit in the places where he starts to roam. And if he gets poked out, he will regenerate much better as a AP carry. So yeah.
All this in this early stages is all about Lux and his light binding. If Lux gets somebody with a light binding and
Mhm.
Tarek follows it up, that is the first blood right there. So it's all about playing safe and Lux. We have to look at Lux. That's the only thing here today.
Mhm. Only that.
And Lux, and I don't really see KSG going for an invade. They don't really have any hard CC. I mean, you have that acceleration gate to get to the lane faster. I mean, get to the jungle faster,
Mhm.
and you have the snare, the rune prison, and that's about it. I mean, you can argue that Lunu would get Ice Blast level one, but
Mhm.
you don't really have any hard CC
Mhm.
instead of the snare or from Bryce.
Yep.
But you look at Team Santa, you have that Tyre. Oh, sorry, I kind of mixed it up. Sorry.
Yep.
You look at
That's okay.
Team KSG. They have that Taric stun. They have the light binding, and they have the undertow from Olaf.
Mhm.
So much CC coming out from them, while Team Santa only has that rise.
Well, if you consider Java's knockup able to hit more than 3 targets, that's a quite strong CC. As
But
well as
I
Jace
mean,
has a
level one,
knockback.
level one.
Oh, I mean, level 1 fight, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit lost in the terms of you mentioning about level 1 because you mentioned about the wrong names. I messed up my own memory and stuff.
Yep.
So we're
So
gonna
I don't.
move. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna move to the game shortly, so I'll not cut off Camille. What would you like to say?
Yeah, I don't think that Team Santa would look for the level one. They want to drag this as late as possible. They have that Vayne, they have that Rise, both tremendous, really great late gamers. But look at the other team; they would look for the level one because they have that early stun, they have that early CC. So it'll be interesting what both teams' movements would be.
Mm-hmm.
We
It's
have
but that's If the lane swap does happen, Vayne should be in a better position. But we're just gonna have to see whether it happens or not. Because if he stays in the lane, Nuno might opt to maximize his Ice Blast instead of Blood Boy to try to deal out as much damage as possible. What do you think about that? Will it become more in favor for them, or you just focus on getting Blood Boy onto Vayne?
if they do go on to lane swap, I think yeah, Nunu will opt to max his Ice Blast first because he wants to do as much damage as possible onto Olaf. Because Olaf, yeah, he needs his axe, he can farm, but once he uses his axe, that's around a 7-second cooldown on level 1,
Mm-hmm.
and he can't really go and pick it up, or not he'll get tons of free damage. On Vayne would just constantly hit him if he went and pick it up. So Nunu would try his best to harass him down. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Ice Blast would be the choice of spell
Okay.
for.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I've seen a few teleport rise in competitive play, and they all do a great job overall. Especially once they teleport down at level 6, the AoE damage catching down the bottom lane, AD carry and support together, instantly taking the kill. So we will have to see how well both these teams use their teleport and pull them ahead into an advantage.
After seeing the team counts, who do you think would win this? Who do you think would bring home the 500 Scarina shells and the 5 times 1 day IP boost?
Well, there's a Xin Zhao wins all.
So be a man is the motto right now. Actually,
Let's
look
be
at
a man.
if you look at Team KSG, their motto is really be a man. They have that Olaf, they have the Zinzao, and they have the Tarek. Also manly right there.
Yup, and all going to be able to charge in onto Vayne quite easily actually. I mean, the Cataclysm would stop them from allowing things to happen, but if Cataclysm does land, if MF is not aimed, she'll just cast Blue Time from behind, and Sinza will just charge on to Vayne as well without that much problems. And the laser when the Cataclysm comes out, if let's just say two members of KSG is caught, but then Jace is caught inside as well or Rise, that is a free laser right there for Lux. So a lot of variables coming in to see how well this team fight and composition is played by the teams. Oops, my mouse is flying away. So right now the game has begun. So we're gonna see once again the final match for today: Team KSG against Team Santa. So will the Santa take it home, or will KSG win this out at the final match? And it is the best of one. Everything is on the line.
It is an all Singaporean affair. Team Santa being represented by Pasir Ris Crest Secondary, while Team KSG is being represented by Raffles Institution. So it's the pride of the schools here too. Which school has a better League of Legends team? But here's none really going for an invade, which kind of surprised me to be honest. They are playing a little safe, and level 1 a shock blast level 1. I think Jace wants to try and scout with his shock blast to see if anyone is there.
Mm-hmm. But here, as you mentioned, KSG actually going to be defensive while it's going to be Team Santa that goes in aggressive for the level 1. So it'll be interesting to see if they manage to catch anyone out or not. And Vayne taking Tumble first, not going to wait to see the catch onto
Olaf
anyone. They should be
Olaf could
taking
be caught
Condemn.
here. He
Oh, nope.
he
He's
gets
under.
onto 5. The flash into snare will it be enough to take him down? I do not think so. But a flash wasted on Rise, and I don't really think that was worth it.
Well, if they had a secondary CC, it might be worth it, but just one binding like that, and Vayne did not get condemned. If the binding had happened and Vayne had flashed forward to condemn him to the wall, they might have been able to get the kill.
Now, with Rise having no flash, Zinzao might be ganking straight away after this buff. And as I said, Vayne and Nunu will be going to top lane. They do not want to fight that bursty bot lane of Tarek and MF, so they're just gonna play safe.
But with the overall skills nerf onto Jace, he still be able to excel definitely against 2v1, but not as good as before.
Interestingly, even though they are the one that initiated the 2v1, Jace is still going boots and 4 pots. I thought he went for something like a flash, wards and some health pots. That would be more, he can sustain longer in lane, or even a cloth armor in 5.
But here we're gonna see the itemization from Jace will force Tarek and MF to actually be very aggressive, especially after Jarvan takes the red buff. They will definitely come down for the kill onto Jace very easily, and it is a Tarek. It's going to be very hard for Jace to get out of this.
And I think Jace will give away first blood, a flash straight away, but here comes Rise. Here comes Jarvan. I don't think Jarvan will dive on him, he's only level 3. But he will try to dive onto this Rise, because Rise doesn't have flash already. But
So-
nothing much happening here, just farm.
Just pokes going on all around.
Xin Zhao finished he's going for his red buff, and he would try to gank mid.
He's taking a longer route to finish up the jungle, so he will be a bit much slower than Jarvan for the ganking, but both junglers actually playing it very safe, just clearing up the jungle minions, not wanting to go in for early dive. When normally we see by now, by the 4th minute, a lot of teams will be already, the minions will be at the tower and you instantly see a tower dive coming from behind.
Yep, and we see that both teams trying to break down their towers as fast as possible. Misfortune and Taric trying to do it, but Vayne opting to actually keep that tower alive for some reason.
Well, she doesn't want to go too close. If she does take the undertow from Olaf, it's going to spell... Oh, never mind. Here goes the gang about. It's just as I mentioned that instantly the Manzao just pokes the behind of Jace and instantly takes the kill. But he did not stay to take down the tower as well. Another mid game happens. A good flash right there by Magikarp bot, negating the knockup from Flint.
Now that both mid laners doesn't have flash, both junglers will try to go and mid because both have a gap closer and both have that potential to kill down. But here comes Jarvan. Jarvan could potentially go for a dive on top.
Yup.
Even though Olaf is at full health, he doesn't have any mana.
But his ghost is almost up and ready. They need to time this well enough so that Olaf's ghost is down and they manage to get the kill. So here, they're pushing the minions a bit too slow though for the side of Team Santa.
He could, but here comes Jarvan. The tower has gone down. Jarvan misses his combo, but here they're just tanking so much damage. Here comes a teleport from Lux. Okay, Lux doesn't hit the light binding, but the flash from Nunu was expanded. So I guess you can say that was a successful gank. A teleport and a ignite was burned. No, teleport and a flash was burned. So now no real advantage coming in, except for that bot lane tower getting dropped down by the bot lane of KSG. You can see now Olaf I think Olaf will change his lane back to bot so he gets a easier lane, as you can say.
Yep, definitely going to do the lane swap back. They have no reason to maintain that advantage because the 2v2 fight, as you mentioned, Taric and MF will have the advantage as well. They have not only the CS is the same, but they have the assist advantage, and they have been back to base with the Doran's Blade and the Repair Scepter. It's going to be so hard for Vayne to stay in the lane. They're going to be forced to fall back very soon.
Here comes Misfortune. Misfortune can afford to be aggressive now because he is one item ahead, actually 2 items ahead. He has the Doran's Blade and the Repair Scepter. There's so much damage coming out from Misfortune, and with the Taric Dazzle which gives him the stun, there's just so much damage potential right there.
Yup, and Taric will walk up for the shatter, for the extra damage, and Vayne will be forced to move back already after that all this happened. So here the mid lane side, after the teleport has been used, we can see that Varsity push up the lane quite a bit. So he is at level 6 first, let's opt to go back to purchase some items, getting Catalyst first instead of Tear of the Goddess, which a lot of players will get Tear first and then Catalyst to ROA. But we're going to see what happens from here.
Yep, and Misfortune could be just overextended too long because Jarvan is lingering at this top lane and they could go on to him. Their tower is so far away and they are looking like they're gonna dive this.
Yes, but it's so well warded right now. You can see right here, there's a pink ward here, there's a green ward at the side of the brush as well. They did see Jarvan forced to fall back. So many wards on the top side, so they definitely are going to maintain the pressure and the aggression at the top side, no problem at all.
And now, as I said, Vayne must play really safe. If he goes too deep for CS, it will be an instant combo there from Taric. A Dazzle into a Shatter, that will do so much damage to him.
Yep. And not only that, MF is switching pokes to poke whoever he can at any point of time so that Vayne and Nunu, when they do dive in when the jungler appears, they'll be taking a lot of damage and they might become a turnaround double kill instead of the jungler helping them secure the kills for the side of Team Santa.
Yep, and you see that the blue buff is giving it. Zijao is donating the blue buff into Lux. We'll have that cooldown reduction and some mana regen, so it's good.
Yeah, but Sinzao should really be ganking bottom right now because the lane has been pushed so far and Olaf is a bit behind on CS because of his range difference, but Jace has really went back, so Olaf will be able to catch up, no problems at all. But if Sinzao were at bottom much quicker, they will have definitely be able to chase onto him for a gank and a kill.
You can see the CS difference is quite a lot. Misfortune is 15 CS ahead of Vayne. Obviously, she's scared to go in for a CS, but that is still a whole lot of CS behind.
They need to be careful though, because the wards are being planted in the brush area, and then Rice does have the teleport up, but here we can see a blue engage happen. The top kill will happen. Nunu goes down, but here at the jungle side, it was a fail smite right there. I mean, fail steal, and here you see top once again, the charge is going on.
Here comes the teleport from Rice. They do see a teleport, but Misfortune is still poking his head out. The flash, a great counter flash from Misfortune. They will be able to run away from this, I assume. Yes, they will. So a teleport and a flash wasted from Rice. So good work from KSG. Good work from KSG, burning that.
Yup. And Morton's side, we can see Jay's trying to put as much aggression as possible because the other lanes are losing out. But he needs to be careful though. He did not plant any wards yet. If he does get ganked right now from Lux and Xin Zhao, he's going to be crushed so easily.
Xin Zhao could be coming to bot lane. He is near the golems, but he doesn't have any mana. He cannot charge in with his audacious charge, and he cannot 3 talent strike.
He's most probably going to go back to base after this. He doesn't have anything up and ready for him. Even though he did get back a bit of mana from killing the large golem, but just not enough for the gank. And Jarvan coming in for the gank onto Olaf. Actually, they might choose to dive in onto Olaf.
Yes, they know that Olaf is the only lane that is struggling right now, and they have to capitalize on this. They want to try and snowball this Jace as much as possible. As you can see, Jarvan is just at the brush. The ward in the river just spotted him in, but Olaf has no idea where is he right now.
Yep.
And here comes the dive. The flash into a knockback. This will be an easy kill from Olaf. Finally, the first kill for Team Santa. It is 1-2.
Yep. And they might move this into a dragon. Nope, they're actually not going to go on to dragon directly after that. So they're just going to wait for Xin Zhao to come down into lane actually, or they're going to push it down together. We do see that Jarvan did stay there. And yes, they're going to opt to push the tower down. They need to get back the difference in the money which is coming from the tower. But nope, Xin Zhao is really in position, so they're not going to be able to do anything right there.
Yep, and you see that top lane, Misfortune is still bullying Vayne around. The CS difference is still 15, but look at the EXP difference. It's a little bit, but over time, it will increase, and that will cause huge problems for Vayne.
They're able to stay with the over money, but
great dazzle there from Taric, but no follow-up from Misfortune. He was not in range to do anything, but that is the damage, that is the threat from Taric. You know, he can just, anytime he can just turn around and flash and just stun him away.
Not only that, Misfortune does have a Berserker Greaves as well, while on the side of being just having a Repric Scepter as well, the boots and daggers is not enough in terms of overall damage sustained as well as mobility. Even though he does have the Blood Boy, but he will lose out because MF does have her own attack speed steroids, so they really need to be careful on this. And we can see actually Jarvan going to come into lane for the top side.
They do not have any wards to show. Before that, they had a ward on top, and they do. Now, the only ward they had that can spot him is the Tri-Brush, but Taric does see him, and this could be a dead Taric right there. But all of them deciding to go on to Misfortune. Misfortune will accept his fate, but Lux teleporting down. Lux will try and turn this around. A great binding from Lux, and Vayne surprisingly goes down while Taric is still alive. Sorry, but Misfortune is still alive. Can he go down? No, not right now. And this, what a great turnaround there by Team KSG. A great light binding will catch him out, and the Lucian Singularity will finish him off.
And Nunu right there actually being able to make it out alive. They all just ignore him. Here we can see Rice trying to do something, but Xin Zhao just stops in his tracks with the Audacious Charge and the 3 Talent Strike. Wow, perfect play right there by Team KSG.
The Raffles Institution really showing that they have good League of Legends player in there right there.
Not only that, you should mention that because they are good kids, so Santa is rewarding them, so definitely, well, they are winning.
Exactly that too. But that was a really miscommunication from Team Santa. Santa didn't really know who to go for. They went for Jarvan, did some damage onto the support, but onto Taric, and then switch target. But here comes, look at the damage. The damage from Vayne, sorry, the damage from Misfortune is so much, but I don't think
the man-child has no mana.
Yeah, I don't think he can catch up.
Yes, that's why I prefer Spirit Stone over Lantern. Sadly to say. I mean, the junglers right now, they use a lot of mana into clearing the jungle creeps. Either to go for Lantern, but still spam the abilities. They're gonna have a bad time when they come for the gank, and that is just what we saw just now. But they still managed to take the top tower. Still a good thing for the side of Team KSG.
And you can see the CS difference. Now it's around 30 CS. That's how badly they lost the lane. This, they are just so afraid of that misfortune Tarek combo that they had to back off so badly. But here comes Nunu. Nunu will Ice Blast onto him. Does Vayne? I don't think Vayne should go on to this, but they do have the damage. He could go down. The Condemn does do some damage, and he does go down to Vayne. A Cataclysm from Javan, and Bryce picks up the kill himself.
Wow, it's actually a 4-man right there, catching off Tarek and MF for being too aggressive. But at the same time, Lux, knowing that Rise is not in the lane, is just going to push onto this tower. We will not be able to take it, but the next push together with the team, they should be able to take it off very easily right there.
Yep, and that tower should go down, and the Dragon should be the next contest after the mid tower has dropped. No, there's no more global objectives for Team KSG, and the Dragon is the one that they can go for. The goal lead is around 1.6k right now, which is not the biggest, but it's nothing to be laughed at. No, 1.6k is around maybe a 4 Doran play. Yeah,
but but MF not opting to complete Bloodthirster getting. Oh, never mind, she has it already. Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, well, she has an extra dagger, but not buy the Bloodthirster. But never mind, she just completed it right there. So just by the items, we can see that MF is about 1,000 gold ahead of Vayne.
Yep, and you can see that the top lane is getting pushed really hard, and Vayne, Misfortune is not opting to go for it, I guess.
I think they're gonna opt if Vayne and Nunu does opt for the top side, they will go for Dragon and mid lane. But no, Misfortune is just gonna defend the lane while she's running around, uncertain of what to do there. But here we do see that KSG is gonna go for Dragon.
It will be the contest right now. They have no wards from either team, but Jace is there to give some vision. Olaf is still farming at bot lane and will come if needed. But I think that just decided to back off. The Dazzle from Lux, the Dazzle from Tarek giving some CC, but he'll just run away from this, and the Dragon will be continued.
But at the same time, because Javan used the flag toss combo to run away, he will not be able to go in for the smite still, so it's still fine. And here we see MF being a boss actually, right? Standing there taking the hurt, I'm not sure why. But you see the top tower is going to be traded for a Dragon as well as the mid turret, and the pressure is going to be continuously placed in the middle. They're going to charge right in because Ludo and Vayne is out of position. Rise is alone, Javan is coming in, and Jace is fighting with Olaf at the bot lane. So it's going to be a 4-man push right here, and we can see that Team Center is responding very slow to this.
I don't think they would go and engage on this because Nuno and Vayne is coming back, so they'll just back off from this tower. They did half damage, they brought the tower down to half, which is really good at this early stage.
Yep.
Now with Dragon just falling, they don't have anything, no more global objectives they can get. So the one thing they can do now is to just farm up in their lanes, you know. The bot lanes is getting shoved in, the top lane is getting shoved in. So everything going right here for Team KSG.
Yep. I mean, after the farm, able to free farm as well. The longer they drag it, the more stronger Vayne becomes over Misfortune. Definitely in a one-on-one fight, taking people down easily. But overall in a team fight, Misfortune does have much more damage with Make It Rain, the bullet time, as well as the other abilities. We do see here Lux, wow, doing a very good job with that Lucent Singularity. Almost getting all the minions right there, waiting for the correct time to pop it. A lot of players just pop it immediately to get as much as they can, but Lux slowed down the minions, making sure they all move into position before popping it and hitting onto everything. Great play right there.
See that as I said, both teams will now just go back to the lanes. They have nothing to fight for unless they can just group up at mid and break down that tower. But both teams will just try to farm as much as possible, especially Team Center. They want to reach this late game. They have that Vayne, they have the Rise. Once these games hit around 35 minutes, this game could straight away turn into Team Center's favor.
Definitely right there. So Olaf seemingly not shoving the lane as fast as I had hoped for. He should just totally just use his undertow to maximize it and then push the lane as fast as he can in order for the minions to push out, and then they should all just gather into the mid lane right now because that tower is about to be destroyed.
Yep, but only two tower fell, so the tower's count is 3-2, but the goal lead is 3, but this turret could be called out here. The Demacian standard missing, and the stun is there. The Rune Prison from Rise. Oh, that was... I did not think that Cataclysm was required, but I guess a Q is secured right there.
But they might take one person, especially Tarek with the strong CC and tankiness.
Flash. trying to get away from that Olaf here. Now, I do not think it would be wise for Team Santa to try and break this tower because the damage potential from Team KSG is still there. They only lost their support, they did not lose their main carry. And one bullet time and one final spark would just chunk their health to nothing.
That's why they opt to back off right there, but you can see even though it's a 4v5, we can see that KSG is the one putting the pressure onto Team Santa.
Look, they are just so afraid of the whole Team Santa. Team Santa is so afraid of Team KSG right now. One light binding from Lux is enough for the engagement. And with Tarek coming back here, and look at that damage, health going in. The bullet time will not bring him down, but everyone is disengaging. 3 talent strike coming into Rise. Rise flashes out and everyone just disengaged. Another great binding into Lucid Singularity. Audition strike does bring him down. And Misfortune is hitting at the back for freely. No one is aiming her. Everyone is just trying to run away. Rise will go down from this. And it is a 2-for-1 exchange, and this tower will go down for Team KSG.
And they might push out for the third tower actually. They still have enough health. Xinjiao just needs to wait for behind if someone does dive out to protect him. But no, they're going to opt to move back and go for the respective red buffs and blue buffs for the on the side of Team Santa's jungle.
And the if they do this, all those extra money, extra resources they're taking away, they have nothing to farm. They take away the red, they take away the blue. That's around 100 gold right there. And without those the goal, they can't really come back from this. It's important to take away all this, but we're reaching the 20-minute mark. The goal is around 4k, so we're seeing that Team KSG is being really dominant in this game.
Definitely from this. So we're just gonna see what how Team Santa responds to this. We can see that Java is going for much more tankiness, but since I'll opt for damage before going for tanky, he got a brutalizer first before getting the giant belt, so overall still going to be quite strong.
This is because that Lux just stole every phase with his Lucid Singularity. But this is why Java is going straight away tanky, because they do not have a main tab for Santa. They have Jace going a bit, again going damage first. He did build that brutalizer, but around Team KSG they have Olaf full tank. He's dealing Warmogs and straight into, if I'm not mistaken, that would be Shreyas. So that they have a main tank as in Olaf. So Zinzao can afford to build some damage as Olaf is already so tanky. Now they will be looking to try and break this tower down at this top. Nothing much. 5 of them all grouping up at top lane. If Jace gets to poke them low enough, the fight could turn them to their favor. But this tower is going down so quickly.
Yep, and there again, once again, the damage coming from Lux, he misses that final spark. If not, Jace would be almost less than half health right there. But no problem still, bullet time is still up and ready, and the cooldown on Lux is already at 40% with the blue buff, and Morello Nomican, look at that, her ultimate final spark is almost 50% down on the cooldown.
If Vayne would have get caught there, but here comes the whole team diving onto Misfortune. Misfortune doesn't have anything away. He does use his bullet time inside the Cataclysm. So much damage coming in, but no one is aiming Vayne. Vayne is free hitting at the side, and it is only a 2-for-1 exchange. I do not think they can catch Vayne or Rise, even though they are so low. But here comes Olaf. A great dazzle there, but the cleanse does save her, and they will just back up from this.
Yep, and Olaf did miss the undertow because he did not expect to see the cleanse from Vayne. But here it's going to be a 4v2 still. Lux is hiding at the side, waiting for position. Jace is coming from the side as well, but will they be able to catch anyone off? Look at that, the damage coming out from...
Lux will go down. A great catch there by Jace, and he secured the double buff from her. And while that was happening, Vayne managed to kill. And could they pick up even more? Yes, with the steroid, but the ghost has been popped there by Olaf. So I think he will get away safely. The acceleration gate will give him extra...
We should see a Baron being taken. Yes, it is a Baron going to be taken down right there, because they have taken down 3 members from the side of Team KSG right there. This is going to be almost uncontested Baron. And there's nothing much they can do.
I don't think what Misfortune and Olaf can do a hell lot of this. They do not have bullet time, but I guess you can do whatever you can. But look at that damage coming from Misfortune. That Vayne will go down. The shutdown. Baron is getting... Yes, Baron has been finished by Team Santa. But Rise is getting one-on-one with Misfortune, and they back off. So it is a 1-for-1 trade, but the Baron has been picked up. Lux teleported in from the red buff, but what a great job there by Team KSG.
Once again, she's being taken down before final spark comes out. If not, it would have been like almost 3 kills right there, and MF would be followed up with the clean ace.
Yep, what a great job there by Team Santa, taking the Baron and then straight away instantly popping Lux and not letting her have any, any potential of damage. That ward at the Tri-Bus just revealed her, and that was enough for the whole team to collapse on her.
Yep.
But the Dragon is up now. They could opt to go for the Dragon as they know that everyone is back. But the goal lead is still with Team KSG, and they could come back from this.
Yes, they've taken more objectives. They did lose out on the Baron, but it's going to be fine. Taking this second Dragon for the team is going to boost back the difference right there. Baron's just going to counter the difference of 2 Dragons being taken on the side of Team KSG. So overall goal difference right now is mainly on the towers. Yeah, it is 2k from the towers, because in terms of CS, we can see that Team Santa is catching up quite a bit as well.
Team Santa could come back from this, to be honest. Now they're trying to see where is Dragon, and then Spotter is like, oh, Dragon's gone. We're too late. But they will look for an engagement now. But here comes the Lux Rise ultimate. Rise getting chunked down quite a bit with one full combo. But I guess at least he didn't die. That was the main problem. Rise will try to build tanky now since he got all his damage items, and some magic resist will be coming up for Rise.
He has a cage lucky pick though.
And he could build that into a water, since water now builds out of Kage's lucky pick now.
But still, I think going for Spirit with Sage, it's much more worth it. But we're just gonna have to see what happens right here. See, with the Blood Boy and the attack speed coming off from Vayne, so easy to take down the tower. Was unguarded by Team KSG. They just let the tower go down because they went back to heal after the engagement. Not sure why though.
Yeah, but Team Santa is not doing anything with this Baron buff. They're not fighting. They're just using it to farm, which is good. So it's because they want to reach that late game. But they could have actually fought, I guess. But they do not want to risk it. They just want to stay turtle up and try to do this.
The overall damage coming from Lux is just so large, especially if it hits onto everyone. They just need to be very wary and careful of that.
Yep, and now that Lux trying to pick out someone with this light binding. And Vayne is recalling from the top lane. He has finally purchased the Phantom Dancers. Gives them so much more attack speed now. With the Blood Boy on him, I think he'll have 2 attack speed. Hold on. Yep, 2.1 attack speed. That's really a lot of attack speed. Now the red buff has been stolen, but there is a great steal there by Jace. The ward was enough to reveal the red buff and to reveal how much HP that red buff had, and Jace just easily shock blast into it.
Yep, so we're gonna see what is gonna happen. There should be a mid fight happen. They should do a mid push right there for the side of KSG, even though they do not have the Baron buff on their side, but they will be able to win in terms of poking with Lux. But Lux is going to opt to get the blue buff first before they do anything drastic. And here Jace is trying to chase on to Taric once again. Taric being caught out, but his stun does land, and the Undertow is going to force a return right there. Wow, look at the damage coming out, forcing Taric to flash.
They're coming in, the combo into Javan. Javan will try to go in. Bullet time doing so much damage onto Javan, and Bryce, being the boss he is, trying to 1-on-5 the whole team while tanking the turret.
So right now they're going to be forced to move back. A lot of summoners waste right there, but no large engage didn't happen or ultimates used. Only the fast squad ultimates were used on the side of Team Santa. And for Xin Zhao, it's going to be easy for his cooldown to come back up because he does have the 3 talent strike to reduce the cooldown of his overall skills.
So the next objective that both teams will look out for is Dragon already. This Dragon and Baron almost have the same. Dragon did die a little late, but Dragon is the next time I think we'll see both teams fight. Both teams don't want to make a big mistake, which will cause them to lose this game.
Yeah, but the overall damage output is steadily increasing for Team Santa with the build they have, but for the side of Team KSG is still very reliant upon MF and Lux. If one gets burst down too quickly, it's going to be bad for them.
Now, both of them not building any defense, they're going full attack. MF going for the BT and Last Whisper, and the static shift. She doesn't have anything such as GA or Banshee's Veil or anything like that. While MF also same, she went for the Morello non-recon and the Death Cap. No defense, no Hourglass, no Rylai's, just full attack.
But we can see that they are preparing for the Baron because Oracles has been bought right there. Lux being caught right there.
Look at the damage. Oh man, Vayne forced the flash. The Ragnarok has been popped there by Olaf. Olaf missing the undertow. Can he catch anyone else? He will try to catch Vayne. The Vayne does pop Final Hour into Tumble, which allows him to go to Invincible, and that will be a disengage for Team KSG.
But right now they have the advantage to push him because they have forced two members to be very low, and here we can see they're going to dive
there by Misfortune, but a great catch there by Lux, but Misfortune just opting to go for the tower. The Absolute Zero doing so much damage. Look at that! Look at that bullet time doing so much damage, and everyone just kind of disengaging. The Condemned pushing him away, and the snare. The ultimate final spark is able to bring him down. Olaf does tank the tower for too long and does go down. It is a 3-for-1 with everyone going so low. Rice does not go down. Somehow he managed to run away, but Baron will be spawning really soon. And once they get this top tower, they could go back and get Baron.
Yup. And with the overall gold difference right there, with the objectives being taken and the kills coming down for the side of KSP, it is at a 4k gold difference. And right now, after they take the top tower, it is going to be a 5k gold, almost 5k. And once they return, it's going to be time to prep for the Baron fight. And Math shouldn't stay there for too long. Should be much more careful. In order to get caught.
Get caught, to be honest. But the Baron will spawn at 2957, which is around 4 seconds away. Let's see if I'm right.
And you're wrong. Nope.
There you go. Misfortune finally picking up another attacking item or offensive item, as you may. Picking another offensive item, which is the Phantom Dancer.
Nothing much, they're just dancing around, both knowing that Baron is up and ready. There goes the Martian standard, spotting out Olaf. So they're gonna just back off right now. The ward being planted, both teams being very cautious not to get caught out there. Getting caught into a cone area is actually very effective for both teams because Final Spark is in the straight line, but Jarvan catching everyone off together with with Cataclysm, and it will be easy for Wayne to hit onto targets as well as the AoE damage coming from Rice ultimate.
And now we see both teams trying to engage or trying to disengage it. Now Jay's trying to poke, but that poke is doing no damage into Zinzao. Zinzao is so tanky with 158 armor that he can just straight up walk onto it. But this is... Now we see some damage coming in though. If the next fight Team Santa gets ace, it could be GG straight away. So it's really dangerous for Team Santa to engage right now.
Right here we see the fights all going on all around the place right there. So we might see that this might be the last fight. Wow, my English is so bad for today.
There you go. Oh, Light Binding does catch on to Vayne, but she did catch the secondary portion of it, so only a half duration of it.
And this tower is just going off so quickly right there with MS abilities. Look at that, the Final Spark.
The Cataclysm might come in here. No, the Dazzle onto Jarvan. The bullet type doing some damage, but no CC to block them down. Olaf does pop Ragnarok. Absolute Zero catching nobody at all, but Zinzao does get the tail end of it, and Cataclysm does knock everything in place. Misfortune is still free hitting at the back. It is a 2 for 2 currently, but Rice is not low. But the damage coming out from Misfortune is so much. He will get dropped instantly by Misfortune, and this could be GG. Or not, they could just turn back.
Nope, definitely not. They want to be careful. Look at the minions pounding down onto the areas.
Oh, Misfortune! I think she's got some kind of disconnection there.
She just stood there again. I'm not sure what was happening, but here we will see that, well, Magic Cup will go down as well because he did try to help MF right there. So
the damage has been done. They took down the inhibitor at top lane, but this allows Vayne to kind of farm.
Look at this Jace, not wanting to let Tarek run away once again. He's going to charge right into his face, but with his mobility boost, he's going to make it out just fine, no problems at all. And Jace, you should back off and defend the base with your team. As you can see, it's quite naked right now, bottom side as well. There's only an inhibitor left, the last inhibitor.
But he does pick up the blue buff, and now finally we can see that Baron could be the next contest for Team KSG, because they know that Team Santa has
To
to
defend.
defend this.
Yep.
They cannot leave their base. If they leave their base, one Nexus turret could be going down straight away.
So here, oh, MF getting the VS sword right there. Most probably going to complete Infinity Edge. He does have the Phantom Dancer as well. So good job on both sides, I would have to say. Definitely for the AD carries, Vayne is higher in overall CS, but lower in terms of the kills, especially in the team fights. She is doing a lot of damage onto Olaf and Xin Zhao, but the carries behind Lux and MF is just really hitting the team from the side. So that's why nothing is moving into their favor.
Yeah, and this could be the next. This could be GG for Team Santa if they give away this Baron.
No, it depends. It's how
No, I mean like
Vayne
if
gets
they
the
go for the
Penta.
Baron too.
I mean, yeah, definitely. They wouldn't go for the Baron, but I think this will go uncontested. But Vayne, if he managed to let a Penta kill, they still have a chance at this. They just need to drag it out slowly. Let Vayne to have maybe a Warmox, a Guardian Angel for the extra tankiness in order to sustain the fights, and then they should be fine overall.
Now the bottom inhibitor is open, and the next target is the bottom inhibitor. What would they do for this? The mid inhibitor has just spawned, so obviously they aim that, and then they transition to the bot lane. But this could be GG if they get ace right here.
See, the home
The
run
inhibitor
goods
just-
being... I'm sorry.
The inhibitor just dropping so fast to Misfortune and Olaf right there. Oh, a catch out to Vayne. The cleanse was popped, and now the whole engagement going in. Lux getting pushed. Cataclysm onto Lux, and Lux could be going down really quickly. Lux does go down, and but Misfortune's bullet time hitting 3 of the members, doing so much damage. While that was happening, Olaf was killing Vayne at the back line. Rice will go down, and this could be GG. But can Olaf do it? No, Olaf doesn't go down, and it is an ace, and it's GG.
Yeah, Conjure kill onto the Love Arcade, and Jace almost taking out Olaf, but he got killed in mid-air animation right there. So this will be the game.
This is GG. What a great display from both teams. Team KSG from the Raffles Institution bringing home the first stage of the InterVarsity Challenge.
Yep. Great game right there. This is the first stage, so do stay tuned for the following stages. So for those of you guys who participated in the Wager at Win and voted for Team KSG, there you go. You stand a chance to win something. And I just realized that Nunu is still holding on to his Explorer Award.
Yes, he didn't know
Wow.
where to put that.
Okay, that